Welcome to Straight Outta Scripture, a nod to my West Coast roots and a daily dive into who God is and to who we are in Him. Today we are going to be discussing waiting well. Waiting on the promises of God is one of the hardest things to do, but it also is one of the most transformative. Waiting isn't just about time passing, it's about what God is doing in you during that time. It's easy to become frustrated or anxious when things don't happen according to our timeline, but God's delays are often part of His design. The first step to waiting well is understanding that God's timing is always perfect. In Ecclesiastes verse 11 of chapter 3, it says, He has made everything beautiful in its time. What feels like a delay to us is often God aligning everything to unfold at the right moment. He sees the end from the beginning, according to Isaiah chapter 46, verse 10, and knows exactly when His promises will bring the most glory to Him and the most growth to you. Trusting His timing allows us to rest instead of striving. Secondly, waiting well means staying faithful in the small things. Abraham waited 25 years for the promise of Isaac to be fulfilled, but during that time he built altars, obeyed God, and continued walking in faith. Sometimes we think waiting is passive, but it's really active trust. Continuing to serve God and others while believing in His word, even when nothing seems to be changing. Galatians chapter 6 verse 9 encourages us to not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap the harvest if we do not give up. The enemy wants us to lose heart during the waiting, but faith is proven in persistence. Even when there's no evidence of change, God is working beneath the surface. Finally, waiting well requires keeping your hope anchored in God, not the promise itself. If we become too focused on the outcome, we'd risk turning the promise into an idol. But when your hope is rooted in God's faithfulness, the waiting becomes easier because your joy isn't tied to what you're waiting for, it's tied to the one who promised it. As Hebrews chapter 10 verse 23 reminds us, let us hold unswervingly to the hope we profess, for He who promised is faithful. Waiting on God's promises is about more than just receiving what you prayed for. It's about becoming the kind of person who trusts God fully, even when things are uncertain. And the beauty is, when we finally receive the promise, you'll see that it wasn't just about the destination, it was about the journey that God took you on to get there. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will talk to you soon. God bless you.